When we start to think about the strategy to commercialize an idea, it's important for us to recognize that the strategy that we have in mind at the outset is quite likely wrong. There was quite a good amount of research done by Amar Bide, who's a professor at Harvard Business School, that indicated that people who were at Harvard Business School and actually started successful businesses, not, mind you, the businesses that failed, but people who actually started successful businesses, actually wound up changing their strategy to pursue success typically around 4 times. In fact, 90% of the time people change their strategy 4 times before they actually found a strategy that would work effectively in the market. What this tells us is that when we're at the outset of pursuing an opportunity, the only thing that we really know is that we're going to be wrong. And as a result of that, we have to pursue a strategy that allows us to have flexibility, allows us to deeply understand the assumptions we are making in the marketplace, prioritize those assumptions so that we go after those assumptions that, if we are wrong, could be deal killers, could be the things that take our business in the wrong direction too quickly and actually lead to a failure. We might run out of cash from an overly rapid burn rate. We might find a partner that takes us in the wrong direction because they have a very strong view of what the opportunity is. So what we really need to be doing is pursuing the opportunity with caution, but with deliberate pursuit of the primary assumptions behind the idea. As we think about that, we want to actually also understand not only the strategic assumptions behind the idea, but also the financial assumptions. Quite often, many of the business ideas that we have are supported by a spreadsheet that tells us what our potential will be. Not uncommonly, we call this oftentimes a hockey stick because we anticipate a certain amount of growth that's going to occur with this particular opportunity set. That growth that's going to occur certainly could be there, but we're making a lot of inherent assumptions in order to get there. And rather than make a false assumption of the projection, what we should really try to do is understand what assumptions we are making in order to achieve a given amount of profitability for that business. So we typically try to apply what we call a reverse income statement analysis to get there. That is really to define how much profitability we need for this business to be deemed successful in our organization. Once we have a view of that profitability, we can work backwards through the income statement, if you will, working in reverse, trying to understand the costs that we can tolerate in order to make that particular level of profit, and then recognizing what type of revenue we need to generate in order to tolerate those costs and allow that particular amount of profit to be delivered. The combination of these strategic assumptions and these financial assumptions then become the platform for what we call a test and learn plan. We'd like to sort through those assumptions and prioritize them so that we actually are testing the most important assumption that is the easiest to test first. Because if we test that assumption and we fail, we actually will kill the business quickly. If we test the assumption and successful, the success will allow us to have greater confidence in the idea, and we can then move forward from that assumption to the next assumption, building in confidence, building in the amount of resource that we put toward that business, and enhancing our potential to grow and achieve success.